You know, it's hard for me to imagine many things that are better than getting a good jig bite on the water. And I'm talking about getting that thump and that line just starts moving off. That is nice. But you know, one of the keys to having a successful day on the water with a jig is having the right rod. You got a couple of things to overcome with a jig that you normally wouldn't with another bait. You know, you've got a thick hook on here. You've got a weed guard. You've got a kind of a weird shaped head on there. You've got thicker cover, and hopefully you've got some really big bass that are biting onto it. So it's really important to have a good rod that is going to be heavy enough and sensitive enough to feel those bites in the cover and then get them out of there and then get them in the boat. And the rod I'm holding in my hand right here has simply become my favorite rod out of the Dobyns line over the last couple of years, because I throw a lot of jigs, and this rod right here is just my main weapon when I go big bass hunting with jigs. The reason I love this rod so much is it is perfectly balanced. When you're throwing a 1/2 ounce jig or a 3/4 ounce jig or whatever it is, it feels made for this rod, and really it is. But it's so sensitive in the tip. And you know, Dobyns makes some more sensitive rods than this one and his other lines. Maybe they're a little bit longer. They have different components in them that are really sensitive, but look at the tip in this thing. If you look at the tip of that rod right there, it's got a lot of flex in it at the end. But if you look at the backbone, that thing is solid. I mean, when you hit them, you're hitting them hard, and you're gonna get good hook penetration, and you're gonna get them out of that cover. So having that sensitivity at the end is really important to feel those lighter bites. Maybe they don't crush it, maybe they just kind of suck it in. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes those big bass do that. Maybe you're coming up over a limb and bass kind of just comes up and you're not sure if it's a limb or a fish. You're going to feel it with this rod, and then you're going to have the backbone to get them in the boat. So absolutely, without a doubt, this is the AK-47 of jig rods. And do yourself a favor when you're going jig fishing next time, get a 735C and bash their heads in.